So I've been told the new urn is very fun and everybody on Reddit loves it. So I thought to myself, let us take it to its logical conclusion. Deliver the urn, get your opponents nuked. The nuke is based on line of sight. But if you're really smart and think, oh, I'll just hide under the bridge. Nope, close to the nuke still kills ya. Finally, the urn spawns at minute 1 and every 2 minutes after. So we grab 2 teams of 6 Eternus players each, and let's find out who's best at urning. Alternus Eternus, but the urn is a nuke. The urn, which usually spawns at the 10-minute mark, is today spawning at the 1-minute mark. So in 5 seconds, there's gonna be a massive battle here on Park Lane. We're gonna see what the nuke is. I have so many things to say about this game, but I do have Mimi and Tom here with me. Mimi, tell me, what do you think is gonna happen in this game? What have you been feeling about Yoshi's most recent patch?
Frankly, this is the greatest patch Yoshi's ever released. I see no problems with it. Anyone who does is just wrong. Best patch ever. Couldn't ask for more.
Yes, we're totally not doing this video as an emergency just in case the urn completely gets changed in the next 24 hours. This is totally not what's happening. This is totally not a political statement about the balancing. But yeah, the urn has been dropped. There's going to be a very, very big fight at minute 1. Almost none of them have their abilities, but the urn is just right there. And suddenly the drop happens. There's going to be a very big fight. And indeed, the urn is... The nuke!
Get down!
Oh no! 4 people, 5 people have already died. The first nuke of the game. What the hell just happened? I don't know, but the other team is going straight for mid. Yeah. So that was the nuke. I don't think we got a very camera, but it was just kind of abrupt, frankly speaking. But we'll see it again and again and again and again, because the nukes are every 2 minutes. I am so surprised that everybody went back to their lanes. They didn't even think, oh, mid-boss is a possibility here. They're all gathering to try and contest it. I really do hope there's going to be a very massive mosh pit battle. That mid-boss does give you like 3,000 souls, even at this minute. So I think it's very good, even if you all die here. But we do already see 2 blue deaths, 3 blue deaths. Hopefully they're all rabbits, so many parries. And there is 1, 2, 3. Oh,
wow!
3.
They got all of them!
They got all of them! Just in time, you know what for, Mimi?
For the next urn!
The next urn that is happening in 5 seconds.
You know, I mean, there's definitely conversation there to be had about balance and, you know, making sure the game is enjoyable, but man, this is funny. This is peak comedy.
Yes. I'm very certain that that's how our Eternus players see it, as peak comedy instead of eternal suffering.
Yeah, what's there to complain about? It's fine. It's totally
yeah, like, clearly this balancing Yoshi is driving a lot more early game fights, which I think is ideal for the game, you know? If everything devolves into a mosh pit from minute 1, I think that's really good. Team deathmatch is exactly what Deadlock needs.
But yeah, we don't have a kind of team deathmatchy game mode or anything. We need it in the main.
Yeah. Okay, very big mosh pit battle here. They have almost no ability, so there's nothing they can do. We're hopefully gonna see the nuke come up yet again. Let's see it with
there it goes.
Boom! And that's 3 deaths. So the nuke does have an LOS, so a line of sight effect. If you're very close to it, it'll kill you regardless, just in case one of those Eternuses is very cheeky and tries to hide under the bridge. But the farther you are, the more likely it is that you can hide by just being, you know, behind a wall or something like that. But yeah, with all the rejuves out, 19v19, clearly balanced game. Minute 4, how many deaths? 6 to 5, 7 to 5, that's not that horrible. I think the nuke deaths do not count towards the death counter. But very dynamic game so far, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to keep an eye on everything. What are people building? What's going on? And the game has just been so hyper accelerated. I'm struggling to keep up.
Yeah, it's very, very fast. I'm so curious to see what some of the items that are normally bought in the game. So, for example, I do see a bunch of rebuttals. With how melee heavy the first fights have been, rebuttal is such a good choice. You just want to really press that Q button right next to her, so it makes a lot of sense that you want to press the parry button more often than the opponents do. Anyhow, it is minute 5. We do see that Kelvin position, down those buffs, and there is the 3rd urn of the game. And suddenly there are a couple of ults in play this time around.
Yeah, the ults are definitely going to make this really interesting. A few of them have a lot of great potential for this fight. I can't wait for that Lash ult to come online particularly. I think that one's going to be critical to this. The Dynamo on the other side's got that kind of same ability, right? So...
And we are back. Of course, this urn is going to be very hotly contested. Yet again, a battle every 2 minutes is really funky. Now with the ults, it's even funkier. The Haze has already activated her ult. She's caught a little bit out of position. Haze not a very good team fighter at minute 5 in the game without a shadow of a doubt.
Locked it down.
Yeah, that very big Dynamo ult is going to be enough, hopefully, to grab it. And the nuke comes in, and that is 3 members dead from Team Amber. Now, of course, wow. Mimi, you would think Gluten. Isn't this game just gonna go to the first team to get 2 nukes in a row? That's what I thought in the beginning, but then I realized one important thing. You know what the team that's behind gets in these urn fights?
Yeah, the comeback urn.
Yeah, the comeback urn, which gives them 50% resists, and I think that means that they're gonna find it a lot easier to get a nuke. So it's just gonna be nukes after nukes after nukes after nukes. I'm curious to see how this is gonna devolve. Maybe I'm just completely wrong. I do hope that I'm completely wrong and getting 2 or 3 nukes is enough to wrap up the game. But, I mean, we're gonna have to see in 25 seconds. Okay, urn number 4 of the game is dropping in right now. It is one of the most intensive game of Deadlocks we have ever seen. And with every single urn, there's like one new thing. There's more abilities. Like, it's just a lot more dynamic than the actual urn because, you know, you get the first one at minute 10. People already are a little bit into their builds. Their lanes are over. They do have their ults unlocked. Every single time we're seeing one new thing. This Lash, for example, still does not have his ult, which is insane at this point in time. But yeah, very big Kelvin Dome here and very big mosh fights for these urns.
Yeah, it looks like they've kind of switched their strategies around. They're not trying to fight on top of mid. They're trying to really intercept it before it gets close, and then hopefully the team can run it all the way over. But now that this is I think this is a comeback urn, so this should be interesting to see how this one goes.
Yeah, I mean, normally the first urn of the game needs 15% souls to come back and the rest do 10%. So when you get an urn at minute 8, you're thinking, oh, how many souls do I actually need? Not that many for it to be a comeback urn. The urn has been deposited, the Lash ult comes in, the urn has been secured for Team Amber, the nuke pops in, and that is going to be dead people. Actually, no. I think Team Sapphire managed to hide just in time by going inside the sewers.
Yeah, I think the Mo might have died there, but I think that was the only pick from it, so... Not crazy impact, but they do get the souls, even it out a bit, and now they're getting a good push going, so that should help a lot too.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like, again, every single time you get a team wipe, you want to materialize some sort of other advantage on the map, especially because, as we've discussed, getting an urn or getting a soul advantage is just not enough, because they're just going to get the comeback urn and then get another nuke shortly after. So you really want to look at those objectives. You want to look at the walkers, you want to look at, you know, getting some base guardians. So yeah, we're going to have to see how this one goes. Some of the banned heroes, let's discuss a little bit of the banned heroes. To the surprise of no one, Seven and McGinnis, 2 of the banned heroes.
Yeah, we had Seven McGinnis banned, and we had Billy and Victor banned.
Yeah, so I mean, like, basically, heroes that have become very good at fighting that team fight. That McGinnis ult can be so dangerous from a distance that 7 ult can cover an entire fight on that urns. And I mean, if a fight's happening every 2 minutes, suddenly a lot of those ults with 2-minute long cooldowns become a lot better. But right now, the urn is relatively uncontested for Team Sapphire. They just drop it off freely here. Team Amber is not in position here. Will the nuke kill anyone? And... Yep, everyone's hidden just in time. It is the 5th urn fight of the game, and I mean, this is when the team fight dynamics really shine. You do have characters like Dynamo, Sinclair, Lash, who are just so good at urn team fights. Of course, that Kelvin Dome, always going to be a fantastic choice. I mean, like, urn diligence should be at an all-time high here. These urns are now actually starting to count. The death timers are a little bit bigger, and the next mid-boss is ready downstairs, so I don't think you want to really drop off that urn without having some sort of impact. The urn is on the ground right now. It's going to be picked up. That's 2 deaths, 3 deaths even before the urn fight starts, and with the urn being deposited very quickly, very efficiently, Lash ult comes in. Is that going to be enough? Lash does ult everyone. But,
big slam there from Lash, but it's just too late.
Yeah, if there only was a teammate there, but suddenly they were all dead, and that Lash does get wiped out from that nuke.
Yeah, so here we see, you know, gosh, we're only at minute 12. I mean, it certainly has accelerated the game. But, you know, even with these respawn timers, we're not seeing a lot of time for the Sapphire team to really do much. Amber's already back up, and we got another urn coming in 40 seconds, so you know you got to be ready for that.
Yeah, I mean, the split pushing has already resulted in some very good results. Lane number 3 Walker is already dead, and I mean, Urn has been picked up by this Mo. And of course, with 2 people, 3 people down from the Amber team, I think Mo is not going to have a hard time delivering that Urn at all.
Yeah, we can already see the Amber team's just kind of backing out, not going to die to this nuke. Just, all right, we lost this one. We'll just try to get ready for the next one.
Yeah, maybe you should try and get a little bit of a pick, though. That Shiv has been down. Oh, no. No, you're not hitting well enough there, Silver. You're going to die. 32,000 damage. That's the amount of HP you need, apparently, to beat the nuke. Do you think anyone's going to attempt it?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. It's a bit too much, even for Deadlock.
Even for Deadlock.
That's actually Yoshi's next patch. Just absolutely multiply the health pools by a factor of 10.
Yeah. I've always thought to myself, you know what's a nice thing about playing against Mo and Krill? How easy Mo and Krill is to kill. Wouldn't it be great if he had 10 times more HP? Will that make the game so much more challenging? There's this problem that you have where if you don't have enough time to contest turn, the better thing to do is just like hide out and wait it out and just be behind walls. Of course, with that nuke coming in here, is that Silver gonna die? She's a little bit exposed, but no, not at all. She's gonna be able to hide just in time inside those walls. But yeah, I mean, like, this is the point where the urn starts being a comeback urn. A very safe comeback urn, and I think you kind of want to force a big team fight if you're Team Amber.
Yeah, you certainly have to be looking for it, because I think we can all agree that this next urn is going to be a little bit do or die for Amber. Being able to get that urn and even out the souls is going to be really critical, but right now, sitting at about a 20k soul deficit, that's a lot.
Graves' death does create a very nice opportunity. Walker has been secured right here, and I need to really start talking about some of these items. We do see that some interesting choice. I mean, one Hunter's Aura can be very good in these team fights. Of course, you're not going to get a lot of isolated fights if there's a big team fight every 2 minutes. But I'm so curious about this Magic Carpet choice. I mean, Magic Carpet Sinclair is a traditional Sinclair build, but is it good enough for these circumstances?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a strange pick in this scenario. It does give him some good mobility. You can really zoom around the map, as we're seeing right now. But, you know, I would have liked maybe something else. I'm kind of surprised we didn't see like an Echo Shard Bunny. I know that hasn't been meta in a long time, but for this, I feel like it would be pretty good.
I mean, my intuition is that he just likes a little bit of mobility. That Magic Carpet did get buffed in the last patch, so being able to grab something like that, very, very important. You just are able to pivot towards those urn fights regardless of where you are on the map. Just in case you forget the timer or you're busy like hunting for a kill or something. As we see right here, Magic Carpet has been activated, and suddenly there's a very big fight with his Wraith. But I mean, do you ever want to be 1v1ing a Wraith as a Sinclair? I don't know. Wraith is just a very powerful character.
Yeah, it's definitely a sketchy one, but this Wraith is on the back foot, so... And now he's got some support, so it should be able to clean it up while Mo just runs the urn for free. So again, I mean, Amber's got to figure something out here, because this is getting ugly.
Yeah. It's just really, really difficult. This urn prio coming in from Team Sapphire. Oh, God. The nukes. But yeah, this urn prior from Team Sapphire has just been so fantastic. And I mean, like, you really want to beat Team Amber forcing those 50% resist fights. You want to have someone developing there. But yeah, instead, the big fight is going to happen right next to your Walker. Does give you that 15% resist, which is slightly worse. But I don't know that you want to be, like, fighting near a Walker with so little HP. Especially if you're down 4 ults.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of not what you want to be doing, but you'll take what you can get in terms of resist. But they got the Mo, they got the Graves, they're doing okay here.
Yeah, 2 very big picks here. And of course, then mid is still available if somebody else dies, but instead this Shiv is abusing the hell out of his dash. He manages to get 1 pick, surviving the Kelvin Dome, And I think that that's going to be yet another pick with that Yamato being very low here. But I mean, yeah, it's just a very, very tough scenario. Very, very tough scenario for Team Amber. 25k down at this point. That Shiv is completely unchaseable. The Shiv movement impeccable. And between those dashes and those shotguns, I think you're going to get right out. And the next urn is there. Is Team Sapphire going to be able to grab it early? Or is the Silver going to go for it instead?
Yeah, I think this one certainly favors Amber now. They do have a few players who are pretty weak, but I think they're trying to return to base, get some healing in. But, I mean, they still got that Magician down for another 30 seconds, so if they can get that urn in, that will be a huge advantage, really even up the soul gap. This Mo's trying to give him some trouble.
Yeah, I mean, that's an excellent parry into a combo. That might have been a wrapped up thing had the Mo not gone, had the Mo gone for max ult. What does he have? 2 points on ult. Rip. But yeah, I mean, like, with 2 players down, I think Team Amber might be able to deposit this urn. I don't think it's contestable.
Yeah, Warden kind of went the long way. It's okay, he's coming in now, but Sapphire's ready to put up a fight here. They're in position. That Dynamo ult is just daring you to charge him.
Yeah, you just need one more pick. You need to force that Dynamo ult out. But with one big pick on Haze, maybe that is enough space. The urn is still hovering around. It does have a much shorter cooldown until it starts hurting, so it's not very ideal. Instead, the big chases are happening right here. That bunny, as you were saying, incredibly powerful. Goes straight for that Warden. It is going to be a heck of a dead Warden. And that dash... it's not gonna matter, straight into getting knocked out of the air. Silver is very deep behind enemy territory here. Actually, no, it is the Shiv is very deep behind enemy territory, trying to get a very big pick. But the urn has been deposited, I think? No, it is not.
No, it's still hovering. It's running back. Yeah.
I really wish I could afford the Acti Sacks for these videos. I mean, Dynamo ult is still present. A Lash ult... plenty, but a very big sleep dagger here cancels that Lash ult. That does cancel the Dynamo ult too. Very big parry. Kelvin is certainly one of the strongest urn heroes right now, being able to just deny that very big urn fight. The boot has been received. The nuke is here. The nuke is constrained, and that is 4 people dead. And I guess the nuke ignores Kelvin Dome, which is something we didn't know, but that makes sense if you think about it. That's 5 picks.
Yeah, Ice versus Nuclear Bomb. I think the Nuclear Bomb does win, but hey, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, with mid being secured here, I think that might be a little bit of a comeback for Team Amber.
Yeah, that was a huge recovery. You know, you're getting the urn. Souls are evening out a little bit, but now you got 3 rejuves. Unfortunately, don't think you quite have time to get that last walker, but certainly in a great position now. Much better than they were.
The next turn has spawned, and I mean, this Silver is looking for it. They do have those 3 regions, which is heavily going to help in that urn fight. It is going to be a normal urn, not a comeback urn. And of course, when you have a team comp like that, the Silver is, however, going back and trying to look for that Sinclair. Sinclair can be very good at getting those walkers very quickly with his bolt. That bolt does 1,000 damage to walkers. 2 or 3 of those with the Magician's Assistant are more than enough to kill a walker. And he's going to be able to get it relatively safely. Is he going to be able to escape though? I think with that Magic Carpet it's going to be a pretty safe bet. Magic Carpet activated, and there goes the... But yeah, the big fight, however, is right now in this mid fight. And Dynamo comes and gets a whole bunch of people. That is going to be 1 dead Wraith. And that is going to be one heck of a dead team. 3 people dying, 4 people dying. A Dynamo ult of a century. That can give them enough space to get that mid. How do you go from reju to several deaths like that? The power of Refresher shown to everyone.
Yeah, that was a huge one. Really hoping that the team can now get an advantage off of that. They've got about 30 seconds worth of 4 people being dead. But this Silver doesn't seem to want to give up that urn.
Yeah. I mean, there is a traditional technique of just making it go towards base and then like having it slowly hover towards its initial position, but with how fast the urn is, I don't think that works anymore. But I mean, you still have that muscle memory. That's how nukes work, right? Like if you hide behind a wall, you're a-okay. No radiation poisoning or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, we've all seen the Bert the Turtle commercial about, you know, if you hide under your desk and there's a nuclear bomb, you'll be fine.
That's a commercial that most of the world has seen, the Bert the Turtle commercial.
Is that not a universal thing? Do people not know Bert the Turtle?
I've never heard of this character. I like to think I'm a well-read person. I mean, I know what commercial you refer to, the hide under the desk thing, but like, I would not be able to name the name of the person who tells you.
Alright, in the YouTube comments, if you know Bert the Turtle, let me know, because I swear to God, this is like a known thing.
Like and subscribe if you know Bert the Turtle. Like and subscribe if you know Bert the Turtle. But okay, yet another team fight is developing here. I do see that Hayes doing it for a massive ult. I do think that Capacitor is the wrong choice here. I mean, presume she went for an early testable ult. I think the correct choice might be something cute like a Ricochet with those ults, especially given the amount of fights that are happening around this urn. Shiv is coming in, and he does have those dashes, but he is a little bit out of position. That Silver is going to be enough to wrap it up, and with that Mo dead, that is 5 members of Team Amber dead, and I think they're going to be able to secure that last walker, leaving the field wide open.
Yeah, unfortunately that mid is still about on a minute cooldown, so I don't think they're quite going to be able to get that done. They might be able to double back. They push this lane up far enough, but certainly going to get this last walker and should be able to get the base guardians pretty comfortably.
Yeah, instead they're backing a little bit. They're going to try and position themselves for mid. It is in 40 seconds, actually. No, I don't think they're going to be able to do it. But they do trust their gun characters, that Ward and that Wraith, to just wrap everything up. And they certainly will. I don't think you're allowed to go for shrines, though.
Yeah, no, I certainly wouldn't feel comfortable enough doing all that, but yeah, 30 seconds still on mid. They should be able to get this urn comfortably, though.
Yeah, and like the worst part is that you can't really contest it. Like, imagine you made a mad dash for the urn. You have those 10 seconds. You're not going to have enough time. They're going to be able to get it safely. You don't want to be nuked here. Let's admire it right now. It goes so big. Boom. The fantastic work of Mr. Cat, who managed to pull all of this off in 24 hours after the patch. So this is the good stuff. Yeah. Mid has been summoned, and I think people are in position already. They're trying to scout and see if Team Amber was going to go for a very early mid. The sole difference is zilch at this point. Big Dynamo ult. Lash comes in to counter ult. There is no Sleep Dagger yet. Unstops aplenty. And I mean, like, with that Kelvin Dome, suddenly that whole strat is not going to work out.
Yeah, Kelvin being a very key member here, being able to really, no pun intended, freeze the fight. But, yeah, pretty chaotic right now.
Yeah, I mean, I just see a bunch of Refresher. Lash also has Refresher now, basically trying to go for every single thing that enables them to win those team fights. The impact is just too massive, and oh god, oh god. 2 picks on either side. I don't know how these Eternus players are just so well balanced. They're just keeping the game frozen. 205 to 206 is a very, very insane score after such a mad game. 39 to 39 kills. Several people with over 20 assists. This is the sort of games you can only see on the Glutensnake channel.
Yeah, crazy that we somehow managed to make this balanced, I guess? It's not a complete stomp on one side or another.
I know, right? But yeah, the third mid has been activated, and I think Team Amber is going to have a relatively safe time going for it. Sinclair is going to look for a contest. Does he have Echo Shard? He does not have Echo Shard, but he does have that Magic Carpet. That Magic Carpet can steal a whole bunch of those ults. A Lash ult, a Yamato ult could be useful, a Kelvin Dome could be useful. So it's gonna have a whole bunch of targets. Let's see what's gonna happen now. Echo Shard comes in. That is 1 pick. Okay, that's pretty good. Even 1 pick is insane in those positions, and that's only because Liz is such a good player.
Liz, the typical Chaos agent in a lot of these games. Usually on a more of an M1, but happy to see them on the Magician this time.
Urn number 55 is being deposited as we speak. Team Amber does have those 2 regions. I don't think it's going to be contested. And yeah, another little bit of soul lead. We really have inflated the soul count with as many urns as we're doing. I don't think this is like a natural amount of souls to have at mid 30. The next urn is being handed in right now. Sinclair goes for his nice urn trick and does manage to bring that urn back to base instead of the big team fight. I think that's not a bad technique, especially with that rejuve still being on. Any sort of delay is good, and the big delay that they need is for that Dynamo to get their Refresher back. The Refresher is only on a 30-second cooldown at this point in time, so it's going to be very good if Dynamo does manage to get it. I don't know what's happening with the Sinclair. We see stuck behind the Kelvin Dome. But yeah, this big dash is gonna come in, and I mean, there's just so much damage happening. Shiv can be so strong with his spirit build right now. Going for double resist too is gonna be so hard to pick him off, especially because health has been reduced all around the board in the game. With 3 people looking at him, however, with a lot of anti-life heal, I think you're allowed to pick him. And now I think they're not even gonna go for it, they're just gonna go for the base.
Yeah, it might have been a little mistake not having the Sinclair in that fight. Now the team is just crumbling. Dynamo's going to need to stay up to keep that ult. But yeah, this is going to be a good base siege here.
Yeah, very good base siege. And I think that you're going to be able to get both shrines here almost certainly and very safely. You would be a fool to spend those Dynamo ults without anything to impact other than a Sinclair bolt. So, I don't know. Wraith is gonna go for those bridge buffs, gonna go for those style points, gonna get those objective damage. But yeah, this is a good idea. If you know that you're not gonna be able to like stay in base, just get all of the base guardians before everybody spawns. You don't have a very difficult fight. You're just gonna get like randomly poked a little bit, become a bunny for a couple seconds. So yeah, I mean, like, it's a very good idea. Yeah, I don't really know what to say here. I think Team Amber does have a commanding lead, but what will happen if that comeback urn is enough to turn this game around?
Yeah, unfortunately, to use the comeback urn, you gotta get to the comeback urn, and right now, they're kind of trapped in their base, but Amber is backing out, so anything can happen.
Anything can happen. They're gonna go for it.
Looks like Sinclair might just be beelining for it. Yeah, it's just speeding with that magic carpet.
Yeah, they're gonna go for it. I mean, it's a good pick. They do really need that urn fight. With those 50% resists, I think that they might be able to do a big comeback. And if you are foolish enough to contest it, this is when a nuke actually changes the direction of a game. Like 50, 60 seconds of you being dead is actually gonna matter here. Everyone is trying to position for the last fight of the game. Last ult comes in, and it is pretty big, but does not want to go into that Mo. Instead, there's 2 Kelvin Domes here in parallel.
Oh, I think they got it. Yep. Only 2 picks, though.
Yeah, but 2 80-second cooldown picks. So I think that's going to be very important. True. Lash comes in. Massive ult number 2 here. And I mean, you really want to force a team fight while everyone's up. But Dynamo manages to save his whole team. Between those heals, you do not want to engage in there. And yeah, with another player dead, I don't know. Very frisky situation. I think the team Sapphire might be able to get the shrines right back. Are we seeing this? Is this nuke mechanic the ultimate comeback mechanic, BB?
It really is. I mean, talk about a turnaround. This game was as close to over as I thought it was gonna be, but here we are, opposite side of the map with a great set of circumstances for Sapphire.
Yeah. Karma, chameleon.
Going down, but
comes and goes. Comes and goes. Anyhow, mid is coming in, and I think that's going to be a mid for Team Sapphire. I don't think we've sped up the mids. I hope we haven't sped up the mids. But yeah, suddenly the comeback is looking safe for them. And the sole difference means that even though they're technically behind, they're never going to have to worry about the enemy team getting a comeback urn.
Looks like they're just going to hand this one over to Sapphire. Not looking to contest this one. Can't blame them.
Yeah. I mean, like, what are you going to do here? You're going to rush into 3 rejuves and Dynamo still has ult. Just hide for a little bit. That Wraith is coming in a bit of a precarious position. Nope, she's hidden just in time. She's going to be able to survive it easily. And yeah, suddenly the soul difference is completely equal, but with 3 rejuves for one side and no shrines for the other. I don't know. I don't know. It's a very dynamic disadvantage.
Yeah, it's definitely... I think I'd certainly prefer to be Sapphire in this situation. But just taking a look at some of the items, we're starting to see some unstoppables. I'm surprised we didn't see them earlier. But really just on the Amber team, I don't see any on Sapphire so far.
Yeah. I mean, Unstop can be very good in those urn fights, especially because it means you can't get parried in the middle. Especially when so many rebuttals, I think that's a good idea. But I think the big problem, the big reason you need to unstop is just you have so many ults that will stun you. You have that Lash ult, you have that Dynamo ult, everything to change the game. Instead, there's going to be one big fight here. They're not going to wait for the next turn, which spawns in 20 seconds. They're just going to try and go for it, try to see if they can get a pick or two. But they pick the only character that has a very easy escape in that Shiv, and oh no. That is 3 picks. Yeah, that's 3 picks down. That's going to leave the base right open for Team Sapphire. They're going to be able to get both Shrines and Guardians too, and suddenly the game is very, very equally spread.
Yeah, this is a very dangerous position for Amber here. I mean, certainly Patron's gonna fall and might even be able to stick it, try to end the game here.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Kelvin is stuck outside of the map. He's stuck on a railing, so that's unfortunate.
Oh, that's not good. He's gonna struggle defending a little bit here. Okay, we have saved him. We have saved the Kelvin. Okay, we can go back into the game now. Hooray! Yes.
Might get crashed from the. So that's funny.
Oh god, I am in the wrong chat. Okay, now I'm in the right chat. Hey Mimi. Yeah, I think this is gonna be the very end of the game. We have saved the Kelvin, but we have not saved that Amber base. Suddenly that is 2 domes in, and with 3 rejuves, I think Team Sapphire could have stayed if they chose to.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they didn't, but hey, get another urn, get more of a soul advantage, just do it all again. Sure, why not?
Yeah. And, of course, the urn has been delivered. The Lash is going to try and back out. But, I mean, that big Lash ult into the nuke could be the different... No, it's not going to be there on time, but I think he's still going to be picked. No, it is! It is! The nuke killed him!
You got
Somebody... I was hoping so hard we would see that somebody Lash nuking someone into the nuke. Like, oh, I was hoping we'd get that clip. I think that's going to be a very good conclusion to this game. With 1 player up, with that Dynamo ult still ongoing, I think that you do have a very easy win here.
Yeah, it's going to be quite the uphill battle here for the defenders, but, you know, hey, maybe something crazy will happen. Maybe they'll get a nuke in their base, who knows?
Who knows? Maybe we should have implemented it. The next turn is out. Maybe they can go and rush it if they really, really want to. Instead, the Dynamo is looking for the ult of a lifetime. I see several people in it, but he gets immediately cursed because nobody's going to let you do that sort of thing at Eternus level. Instead, the big fight keeps raging on. There's 1 people dead from both teams, and that is a dead Graves, actually. What are we seeing here?
Let them cook. Hold on.
Hold on. I mean, like, again, that Sinclair does steal that Silver ult, which just has a very, very cool, very short cooldown, so he's going to be able to get another ult in a couple seconds, but that Wraith is cooking everyone with so much damage that Shiv is trying to 1v3, but he cannot, and that's going to be 3 people dead. Oh my god, Team Amber might have just pulled a comeback.
Huh, wait. I wonder, this Haze must be going to just base this urn, right? Yeah.
Why go for the urn? You should just go on lane number 3, dude. Just go on lane number 3 and win the game.
Yeah.
Instead they're going on the mid lane. Yeah, instead they're going for the mid lane.
Mid-boss is the plan? Yeah, looks like mid-boss is the...
Mid-boss. Okay, they're trying to just play it as safe as possible. I don't know. I don't know that mid-boss is necessarily safe. I do see a couple of unstops, so maybe it is. Maybe it is safe. Maybe the rushing into the base is not a good idea with that Haze and Sinclair bound, but yeah, no, Rejuve is going to be picked up pretty safely here. The Dynamo is zoned out, and yeah, Team Amber pulling a comeback.
Yeah, it looks like this Haze might be trying to look for a sneaky base rush here. Don't know how well that'll work out.
Oh my god, it is protected, but the Haze does do a lot of damage once she gets those fixation stacks. She looks at it and she decides, nope, not my cup of tea.
Run, Haze!
That was bold. That was... That was bold. I'll give it to the Haze.
A for effort, A for entertainment, D for
my
execution.
God. Do you realize what just happened? The urn switched. That was the first urn of the game that I think was not deposited.
Wow.
Wow.
They missed urn 6-7.
Urn 6-7. I've truly failed as a game bouncer. They haven't grabbed every single urn. But yeah, I mean, this big mosh pit fight in the middle here with that Kelvin Dome is so funky to look at. That Shiv does really thrive under these conditions. Is he going to be able to thrive and do a 1v6 here? I don't think you're allowed to. That Graves is DC'd right now. I don't hope that's not a rage quit. The Shiv is still fighting though. I mean, I guess there's just not enough anti-heal. I do see inhibitor. I do see a whole bunch of other stacks. Oh, that Shiv is still alive. The power of bullet and spirit resilience at the same time.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like the team just said, screw this, we'll just go to base then, leaving him alone and just going for the end.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, like, why not do that? The Graves is dead. The Dynamo is here, but not going to be able to do much on GG. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you loved this massive change that we did to the macro of the game, you should check out this other game where we gave initiate players in every single lane a horde of zombies and hope that the Eternuses would be able to stop them. Thank you so much to our Patreons and have a good day, folks.